Hey, what is going on, guys? Xpertfusion here, and in this video I want to talk about vehicles possibly being in Call of Duty World War II. Now, there's no confirmation on this whatsoever. There's just been some hints at it from things that Michael Condrey has said, things from Michael Schofield has said, just the fact that the last World War II Call of Duty we had, which was World at War, did in fact have vehicles in it. So I heard people talking about this on Twitter. A lot of people were saying they did not want them, and a lot of people were also saying they did want them. People were saying they thought they would ruin the gameplay, they thought it would ruin competitive, they thought it would ruin the fun, player versus player aspect of the game. They feel like people would overuse them and, you know, kind of ruin the gameplay. Now, I'm here to say, people who say that need to get a little more open-minded. Now, I'm not trying to, you know, bash on them or anything, but you have to think about it for a second. If they were added vehicles to Call of Duty, it would not in any way, shape, or form be on every single map. It wouldn't even be on nearly every map. It would be on a few maps, kind of like how it was in World at War. I mean, World at War was definitely on a couple more than it should have. And the reason why it didn't work at World at War is because it was in 6v6 games on, you know, I guess some of the maps are pretty big, like CeeLo was kind of big, Outskirts was kind of big, but overall not the biggest size maps in the world, and there were 6v6, so when you put one person in a tank on each team, that turns into a 5v5 with people, and then there's people in tanks, and it gets annoying. So it didn't work in World at War, but it could easily work if they rearrange it and make it so the vehicles are only in big maps with like 12v12 or 8v8 games, like not like huge maps, not like Battlefield size, but I mean like Stonehaven size, like from Call of Duty Ghosts, something like that, but maybe a little bit bigger. Flatten out the land, you know, in certain areas to make it easier to drive. You know, they could add like motorcycles, trucks, tanks, I don't know, planes even if they wanted to. I mean, planes might be a little overkill because those might be more like something that should be like a score streak or something instead of something you can just hop into. But, you know, I still think it'd be cool if you could just hop into one of them just like that and also get a kill streak, but like you get the kill streaks in the regular game modes. So people who are saying this would ruin the competitive and would ruin the game, you just got to realize it wouldn't be in every game mode. It wouldn't be in your average domination, team deathmatch, kill confirm. No, it wouldn't at all. It would be in a specific playlist, and that is specifically 12v12 on specific big maps. Now, this got me really excited, and the reason why I think they will do something similar to this is because of the fact that we are confirmed to be getting the War game mode, which is like a narrative-based Axis-first allied game, which seems to be a lot bigger than just the game modes, considering Raven Software helped them work on this game mode, which is pretty crazy. I mean, maybe that's why they didn't do a remaster this year. Maybe they were busy working on this game mode. It sounds like this game mode is going to be a lot bigger than we think. So I was thinking maybe it's going to be huge maps and like 12v12, 24v24, whatever kind of games they want to do. I'm hoping it's a lot like kind of like Battlefield size games with the vehicles, not too many vehicles, but enough vehicles to the point where you can go in them and do some really fun stuff. And it's just complete mayhem. And that would be amazing. I mean, maybe they can do it like what I was thinking about War, take real life battles and reenact them almost in a multiplayer. So like, for example, you can do D-Day. So there's the Axis, which is not the Axis, the Americans, whatever. The Americans coming from the boats heading to the beaches Normandy would be one team, and you'd start off in those boats heading to the beaches in Normandy. So obviously those would be vehicles. Someone would be driving the boats, and your objective would be to get to land. And then the other team would be chilling at the beach with the, you know, turrets and stuff like that, and with planes and stuff, and all sorts of mayhem would be going on, and it'd be with vehicles, of course. Maybe score streaks would be disabled for this game mode. I don't know. Maybe it would be more like a Battlefield type game mode, and people might complain because they might be like, oh, they're copying Battlefield, which yes, it does sound a lot like Battlefield, but who cares? I really don't see why it's a big deal, because as long as it's cool, who cares if they're, you know, kind of doing something very similar to another company? I don't care. I think that would be really, really awesome to see something similar to that, because the problem with Battlefield is the only good parts about Battlefield that I like personally are the vehicles and the big maps. That's it. Only feature I ever want from Battlefield. But I don't like the mechanics. I don't like the level up system. I don't like the create class system. I don't like any of that. But when you take the best two parts of Battlefield, which is the big maps and the vehicles, and put them in a portion of Call of Duty, keeping Call of Duty's amazing level up system, camos, customization, score streaks, all that kind of stuff, and you get an amazing ass game. And that's why I'm really hoping they do vehicles within the war mode, or at least within some game mode in World War II, and I'm hoping the rumors are true because this would make for an amazing game. And like I said, it wouldn't mess with competitive or regular because it would you still have your regular Nuketown size maps and your 3-lane maps, whatever kind of maps you like in the regular multiplayer game with domination, hardpoint, kill confirmed, all those game modes, search and destroy, all those game modes still intact. But you have a separate game mode to play with vehicles on and enjoy. So people are saying vehicles would ruin the game, but like I said, they will not ruin the game at all because they'll be in a certain portion of the game. You can't ruin it if it's only in a certain portion of the game because no one's forcing you to play that certain portion of the game. So with that being said, the multiplayer trailer and overall reveal is in about an hour and a half. I'm going to make a reaction video to it and so on, and hopefully it'll be great. So yeah, so tomorrow they're also going to be coming out with like gameplay and stuff. Today's just like the main reveal at the Sony press conference at E3, but tomorrow's going to be like where they're going to talk about it and like actually go in depth on stuff and show gameplay. We're probably going to learn a lot more tomorrow, but today's just going to be like a trailer and stuff like that. We're still going to learn a lot today, and definitely going to do a reaction and a breakdown and all that kind of crap tonight, maybe even in tomorrow, because obviously I don't have all time to do it tonight. But yep, hopefully you guys enjoyed. See you guys in my next one. Peace out.